Hi, my name is Mr. Kensting. This is your AP Biology course syllabus. This is your senior advanced biology course. And this course is designed for people that are motivated, that want to prepare for a possible future in science. That's the key right there. Um, we're going to follow the AP Biology curriculum, and you'll be encouraged to take the AP Biology test. Currently, the science department requires the test of all students that are signed up for the AP courses. AP Bio has a really fast pace, and you must complete all the major studies by the first week of May when the AP Biology test takes place. So let's get started. These are the big themes for the whole year. Anybody who successfully completes AP Biology will, number one, understand how the process of evolution drives the diversity and unity of life. That's the whole first quarter. Understand how biological systems utilize free energy and molecular building blocks to grow, reproduce, and maintain homeostasis. That's the second quarter. Number three, understand how living things store, retrieve, transmit, and respond to information, chemical essential to life's processes. That's the third quarter. And the fourth quarter is understand how biological systems interact and how these systems and their interactions possess complex properties. That is the entire fourth quarter. In addition, you'll have a major lab report this year, and you'll do it in pieces, but basically you'll be summarizing, analyzing, discussing, and concluding the results of an experiment that you will be doing on your own. And in class, towards the end of the year, you'll present, if we have time, your laboratory experiment to your class, including materials, procedure, analysis, discussion, and conclusion. The course textbook is basically the Campbell Biology book, which is used nationwide. Since the most recent editions, which now has been the 12th, is very expensive. The 8th, 9th, or 10th editions will all work. Most of you will be using BioBook anyway, and many students never even buy the Campbell Biology book and get fives on the AP test. The Campbell book is a great reference book, but it is not a reader. So if you're looking for a book that's a reader, Campbell is not your source. You want to stick with BioBook then. You can access BioBook from this web address, www.apbiologybook.org. Canvas has links to it. You'll need your laptop. For class, you're going to need a notebook every day. You can use actually a programmable calculator now. In the past, I required non-programmable, but starting last year, the College Board made programmable calculators okay for the AP test, and that's what we're getting ready for, so we might as well use them. You'll need a pen or pencil to write with. You'll also have to have an active BioBook account, or you won't be able to actually take your online quizzes and tests. So that's also kind of important. We'll set those up in class on the first couple of days of school, so you'll be all ready to go. Your grade will be based on total points. The way your grade is worked up, Power School right now is set up for 90, 80, 70, 60. But we're a little different in AP Bio. This is the official Power School grading scale right here. So you'll notice 90s basically are A's, 80s are B's, 70s are C's, 60s are D's, and below that's F. In reality, 85, we use 85, 75, 65, 55 as the grading scale. In other words, if you have an 85 or above, you're in the A bracket somewhere. 75 to 85, you're in the B bracket. 65 to 75, you're in the C bracket. 55 to 65, you're in the D bracket. Below 55, you're failing. The reason for that is it is an AP course, and AP Biology is rather challenging. Some will say it's the most challenging of the three sciences, because it uses all three sciences, unlike chemistry, which is strictly chemistry, and physics, which is strictly physics. As a result, your grading scale accommodates that. So attendance is kind of critical if you miss a lot of classes, it will be difficult to maintain very high scores. That is simply being realistic. The lectures really help you to understand what is going on in the complexities of biology. So the more you're at class, the better off you are. Certainly use the screen lectures if you're not in class, so that you can hear me explain the topics and then come to school ready to ask questions during contact after school or during some free periods. For makeups, if you are absent and you miss a test or a quiz or some homework, it's due the first day back. I do make exceptions to that, but that's the official policy. If you don't take things on the first day back and you make no arrangements, you may end up getting deducted 5 points per day that you wait to take it. And eventually, if you wait too long, if an assignment's 25 points and you've waited 5 days to turn it in, it is now worth 0 when you go to turn it in, unless you've made arrangements. And arrangements are rare, but they are for extenuating circumstances, not for a simple illness for a weekend. If you are gone, you should come and see me during contact or after school. Before school, I can never promise because of the insanity of getting to school in the morning through traffic and then putting the birds in the cages and getting ready, running off paperwork and stuff for the day. The initiative for being informed about missed work is up to the student. Make sure you're checking your email because I send email, homework, and assignment notifications. Check Canvas, check your school bulletin board. On a snow day, you're responsible for checking the Canvas bulletin board. Some days I will have to put assignments there. Some days I will leave it blank. Usually for things like Christmas holidays, senior retreat, I do not put assignments on the bulletin board for you to find. But after you come back from retreat, I will put assignments up because it's time to get back to work. So it is up to you to check email and communicate according to your need. So classroom expectations, you're supposed to be on time and be ready to go. Please respect your classmates, your teacher, and the biology environment. We have parrots and snakes in the room. Give your all. We need 100% all the time. Be responsible for your actions. In other words, if you have a bad day, just own it and we got to move on. We don't do makeups. There are no makeup tests. So just own it and move on. We might be able to work on the next chapter a little bit harder and compensate for the lowered score on a previous chapter. And remember, your grading scale is relaxed to make it easier for you to take the risk of the class. And officially, there's supposed to be no eating, drinking, or cell phones in the classroom. Now, the class requirements. We got major labs we're going to be doing in this course, and labs require a lot of cooperation. Please work with your classmates to getting things done. Number 2 is of the utmost importance. We never do group projects in AP Bio. I repeat, we never do group projects in AP Bio. Never copy anything from your classmates and turn it in. It says here in all caps, students are not allowed to copy data from one another, even if they are in the same lab group. Although the data collection may be the same within a group, all analyses, calculations, graph, essay answers, work, etc. must be done autonomously. Group lab, home, test, or quiz work is never allowed in AP Biology. Group work and or copying of lab material between students is considered a major violation of academic honesty and will be treated as such in the principal's office. Under no circumstances are labs or homework to be completed as a group effort. Please take special note of that. Students get themselves into trouble when they think just because they're working in pairs, they can go ahead and copy one another's labs. That will get you both zeros and academic honesty violations in the main office. Please don't do this. For homework, all homework must be turned in on clean loose leaf. If you've got it torn out of a notebook, it'll be automatically 5 points lost. Any assignment that require more than one sheet must be stapled. If you turn in unstapled multiple sheets, that's another 5 point loss. For every day an assignment is late, it's a 5 point loss. If an assignment's only worth 5 points, it's worth nothing after it's late a day. Let's see. If you're going to turn an assignment in late, it must have the number of days late and the reason for lateness clearly marked at the top of the page. And then you have to turn it into the late assignments box, the late box, which is on my desk in the science office. So you'll have to find that box and turn it in there. I don't take them in class. When I collect homework, though, it is always due at the start of class. If you turn it in at the end of class, it will be counted late. So it needs to be turned in at the start. Next. The way I score test quizzes and exams. Tests and test scores are recorded as percentages. So if a test has 62 points on it, your score written into PowerSchool and BioBook will be the percentage you had right out of 62. So if you got 62 out of 62, you'll have 100% recorded, not 62, you'll have 100 recorded for your grade in PowerSchool and BioBook. If you had 31 right out of 62, a 50 would be recorded in BioBook and PowerSchool. Let's see, all quizzes, homework, and lab work are also recorded as points. Exams are basically similar to a normal test, and they are cumulative over everything prior. So the second semester exams cumulative over the year. Next, if you have to calculate something, make sure you show all your work. If you don't show your work, you will not get credit for the answer. Furthermore, never leave answers as fractions. Always report your answers with units. A couple of rules now, one more time. Always show your work. Never leave an answer as a fraction unless it's supposed to be a genetics ratio, and that is the answer, like 1 to 2 or 1 out of 2. And lastly, always report answers with units, meaning if you're calculating the slope of a line, make sure you've got the units recorded for the slope of the line. Absolutely no aids can be used on a test or exam other than a programmable calculator. It doesn't have to be non-programmable. So that means there's no cheat sheets, no little note cards, none of that stuff like that. You're not allowed to wear a hoodie or a sweatshirt or a jacket or a coat during a test, quiz, or an exam. And there are no do-overs for poor test, homework, or lab quality. Again, you have to own it. If you had a bad day, you got to own it. You got to move forward. At the end, if you're close, I always do generous rounding anyway. I'm on your side, but we're not going back and redoing everything. There's no such thing as perfection in life anyway. There are no drop test scores. All scores are part of the final grade. There are no major extra credit projects to repair damage done to a grade because you bombed a test. That doesn't happen. Also, when you're turning in quizzes, tests, lab work, homework, always fill out the header on the top of each side. That means you need to have your name, the class, the date, and I'm going to ask for locker. You'll see this on the top of all your assignment stuff. The locker is so that if you're absent in class, I slip the assignment directly into your locker over the door. So again, name, class, date, and locker on the top of every page that you turn in. The quiet of the testing and quizzing environment is tantamount to everybody doing well. I do not answer questions on tests or quizzes or exams. You're encouraged to write notes on the test or quiz regarding any issues you have with them. Again, I repeat, I do not answer questions during the test under any circumstances. If you find a mistake and you raise your hand and you force me to answer a question, I will not give you a bonus for the question. If you find a mistake, there is an answer blank on the test that's for comments. That's where you put your comment that you were going to tell me when you raised your hand, and I do give you a bonus point for noting that. Also, there are no exemptions from semester exams in AP Bio, so everybody has to take the exam in AP Bio for both semesters. And then all students in AP Bio are required to take the College Board AP Biology test. This 2019 school year, it was Monday, May 13th. It's always the second Monday of May, 8 o'clock in the morning. I can't be anywhere near the room because I would negate all of your scores. Now, the academic honesty policy in the school, right here. Please read this carefully. Personal integrity is essential to both self-esteem and a vision of Christian womanhood. For this reason, academic honesty is essential in Nearing's Hall. Students learn a sense of personal discipline which prohibits the following behavior: cheating, submitting someone else's work, in-class assignments, homework, papers, tests, or examinations as your own, or using unauthorized information on a test or an exam. The associate principal will notify parents when this happens. Plagiarism, the copying or rewording of phrases, sentences, or ideas from a book, magazine, internet source, or anything else without indicating the sources you have used. And lastly, resubmitting work, recycling assignments, and submitting the same paper or project for a different class without consulting the teacher constitutes academic dishonesty. While Narix Hall faculty recognizes that a sense of personal failure and the disapproval of others are in themselves consequences of dishonest behavior, the following consequences will occur. Clear intentional evidence of plagiarism or cheating will result in a grade of 0 for that test, exam, or assignment. The student is further required to write a letter of apology to the community. This letter will be submitted to the principal. Any student who is a current member of the NHS will be removed from the membership roll. Multiple incidents of cheating will result in further disciplinary actions up to and including possible dismissal. The school takes academic honesty seriously. We want you to be women of honor, and so that is why there are the rules. The last thing here for the course is, where are we going? What is our plan of studies? Well, as I said before, the first quarter is basically evolution by natural selection and then patterns of evolution. We do a couple of labs. The largest one of the year is artificial selection. We do a mathematical modeling exercise, a Hardy-Weinberg exercise, and we compare DNA sequences using BLAST online. In the second quarter, we do study cellular physiology and homeostasis, and we do photosynthesis lab, respiration lab, and the diffusion and osmosis lab. In the third quarter, we do the topics of gene expression and communication, and we do the labs of cell division, and then bacterial transformation, restriction enzyme analysis of DNA, and if we have time, we'll be dissecting sheep brains. In the fourth quarter, we do emergent properties, micro first and then macro second, and we do the enzyme lab, the energy dynamics lab, and the transpiration lab. For more information on the specifics of the syllabus, you'll be looking at BioBook. That pretty much concludes the syllabus. What you're going to need to do then at the end of you reading your syllabus, this is the signature page for 2018-2019. Yours will say 2019-2020 or 2020-21, whatever year you're reading this or listening to this. This is your signature page. If you're having trouble with the course, please come and see me so I can work with you. I will be able to help you and guide you to success in the class. Please check and then sign. I have read the information. I fully understand what I am expected to do. Put your signature, get your parent's signature. All right, I will see you all in class. Thanks for taking AP Bio. And remember, there's a lot of rules here, and it might have sounded harsh, but there have to be an official line of rules. If you're running into problems, come and see me so I can work with you and we can figure out a plan that works for you.